Hi everyone, it's Niamh here. Welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing with some stencils on the denim pages in the Dino Wakley Blue journal and playing with some of the new colours from the February release. So this is my denim page in the blue journal, and I was doing this because I'd played with the warm colour, the cool colours, so to speak, from the new release on the previous page. And now I wanted to play with the warm colours and have a bit of a contrast. So I'm going in with three new colours, which are Rouge, Tangelo and Orchid. And I just thought I'd layer them up with stencils. Now this is similar to a design I've done before, or a layout I've done before. It's, one I really like. It's using stencils I really like. And it's your art journal, so if you like something and want to repeat it again, doing a different colour combination, trying something else out, why not? Some days you just don't want to think, some days you just want to do. And today, doing this was one of those days. I had a limited amount of time. I wanted to get painty, but I didn't want to have to think too hard. I just wanted to do something that I would enjoy doing. So that's what I chose to do. So I'm going in, I've done my first layer of paint with the Tangelo, which is a red-orange colour. Now I'm going in with the Rouge, which looks very pink on screen. It's a little bit more red in real life. It's still a pinky red, but it's got a little bit more of a red tone than looks on screen. So just going in with these large stars all over the page. So you'll notice I'm going both over the gessoed area and over the denim area. And you can kind of see why I use a little bit of gesso. So where I've used the gesso on the page, you can see that you're getting more of the true colour. Where I haven't stenciled over the denim, you're getting those blue tones coming in from underneath. So depending on how you want to play with colour, just be aware that whatever your back tone is, so whatever you're working on, if you're working on craft paper or black or so on, obviously the colours you put on top are going to, you need to take that into account with the colours that you're putting on top. Just to add a little bit of interest, I am going in with my white pen and just doing really quick doodly lines around those stars to sort of pop them out from the background somewhat. Just be aware when you're doing that, I was fighting with my white pen a little bit because I didn't let my page dry enough. If you're working on fabric, it does take a little bit longer for your paint to dry, so you will find your paint pens might catch a little bit or splatter a little bit. So, if you're more patient than me, wait, is basically the advice there. With this pensive stencil, is one of my favourites, and all I'm done is sort of extended it out to the edge of the page. So just using a little bit of the purple on my sponge, bringing down the edges and then extending the shoulder out, and also just filling up her hair a little bit so it's not those straight lines, just so it flows across the page a little bit more. It's really simple and easy to do, and it helps really ground your image on the page. Next thing I'm doing, particularly for this stencil, is putting in the eye. So putting the catchall in the eye and a little bit of white highlights on her face really helps to bring that face to life. It can look quite moody as is, but just doing those little extra lines on the page really makes it almost look much more human or three-dimensional than it was before. While I was doing this, I was sort of thinking what I wanted to do. I had a lot of purple space on this page, which, is good. It's a good space to do something in. So I quite often like to journal in it or put a quote in it. So while I was off screen, I was having a look at some quotes, and I go to Pinterest, use a keyword. So obviously I had the stars on the page, so I had an idea that I'd wanted to use a star quote. And I found this one, "Camp in the starlight of my deepest soul." I thought it was really sort of captured this page because she has such a deep look to her face that, you've got the stars in the background. There's lots going in, but you've got that really strong figure over the top of it. So once I've written out my quote, I'm then going back in and just thickening up some of the letters so you get that real contrast happening on the page. Then going in with my black pen just to put a drop shadow on, push them out from the background. and make it all sort of flow together a little bit more. So with the black pen, I'm just using a really fine one. This is a PC1M. It's a bullet tip one. If you're a mixed media person looking for these, don't use the pin tip ones is my big piece of advice, because they always get clogged. To use a bullet point, they're still really, really fine, so they work perfectly for what you're doing. The final thing I'm going in now and doing is using some of the same colours I've used in the background to do some splatter. Now, if I was a sensible person, I would have covered over my page on the opposite page so I didn't get splatter on that, but you know, why would you worry about things like that? So I'm using Tangelo. I used a little bit of the Orchid gloss spray, and now I'm going in with a little bit of white ink to create sort of extra stars as starlight. And you can see I also did my iPad as well. If you do get stuff on your iPad, do clean it off immediately. A wet wipe will work. If you let it dry, you can attack it with hand sanitizer and it will come off as well. So, but if you can wipe it off as you do it, that would be a good idea. Or, you know, better yet, not have your iPad in splatter zone would be an even better idea. So this is the close-up. You can sort of see the texture of the denim in the background. You can see how that highlighting happens on the face, how the black around the lettering helps push it out from the background. And here's the overall design. It's a really, really simple one, but you know, just with the combination of colours or what stenciling you use in the background, you can change the feel of that page so much by doing not very much at all. So I hope you have a go. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.